This is the Oukitel WP36, and as you can see, this device is one of a kind. With a battery life that lasts more than 3 days, and with the strongest audio system in the smartphone industry, the WP36 is truly unique. In this video, I'm going to show you my experience with this device and highlight the best use cases for it. Before I start the review, I want to mention that this phone was sent to me by my good friends at Oukitel. However, everything I say in this video is my honest opinion, and the company did not influence my review in any way. This device is currently being sold for under $200, and if you use the link in the description with the provided code, you'll get an additional 8% discount and you help our channel produce more videos like this one. With that said, let's begin with the unboxing experience. Most smartphone boxes today only include the device itself and a charging cable. Oukitel, on the other hand, provides users with a lot more. Besides the phone and the charging cable, we do also have a power brick. Not only that, but they do also include a protective film. This unboxing experience is much better compared to what we get with other companies, and shout out to Oukitel for still offering a power adapter and a screen protector. When it comes to the build quality, the Oukitel WP36 is a monster. This device is military standard compliant, meaning it has undergone rigorous testing to ensure it can withstand various harsh conditions, such as extreme temperatures, humidity, shock and vibration, sand and dust, water immersion, and solar radiation. The WP36 is built to be exceptionally tough and reliable, capable of operating in a variety of challenging environments. It is, however, a thick and heavy device because it packs a massive battery inside, but this phone isn't made for people who only use their phones for social media. It is made for adventurers who need extreme battery life and for people who always break their phones. Besides making YouTube videos, I also help my family with agriculture, and when I work at my garden, I always leave my phones at home since I'm afraid of scratching or breaking them. But this one is a different story. I leave it everywhere, and if it gets dirty, I just wash it and it is like new. Sure, it is twice as thick as a normal smartphone, but if you can get past that, then the Oukitel WP36 is perfect for people who work in harsh conditions. When it comes to the display, the Oukitel WP36 comes with a 6.5-inch LCD panel and with a 720p resolution. I am going to be honest with you, the display isn't at the standard of modern smartphones. It doesn't get that bright, the colors aren't as accurate as OLED panels, and it only has a 60 Hz refresh rate. The bezels are also bigger, and it has a teardrop notch where it houses the front camera. With that out of the way, personally speaking, when I was outdoors working or hiking, I didn't need an OLED display with 4K resolution or 120 Hz refresh rate. For what this phone is intended to, this display is just fine. I can easily read notifications and text with friends outside even in sunny days. Sure, it doesn't compete with 2024 flagships, for example, but for the price of under $200, I think the display of the Oukitel WP36 is more than enough. The Oukitel WP36 comes with Android 13 out of the box, and the software experience is actually nice. When scrolling through the software, I noticed the lack of 120 Hz screen, but when opening apps or games, it doesn't lag at all. One thing to be appreciated about this software is the fact that it doesn't have any bloatware at all. When it comes to performance, I think this device is just okay. It comes with a mid-range MediaTek processor which does the job fine. It can handle apps and games easily, although it takes a bit longer to load them. Personally, I don't play heavy games like PUBG or Genshin Impact, but for games like Ball Blast or Subway Surf, this device works great. Other devices around this price point have much weaker processors compared to the Oukitel WP36. My unit comes with 128 gigabytes of storage, which is the same as the iPhone 15 Pro that costs 5 times more than this one. A micro SD card is present here, and this is amazing because this feature is very rare these days, and it is good to see that companies like Oukitel are still offering it with their phones. RAM management is also great since you have 8 gigabytes, but if you need more, you can also add another 8 gigabytes of virtual RAM. Personally, I didn't need to do that since 8 gigabytes have always been enough for me. The Oukitel WP36 has 2 cameras on the back, a 13-megapixel main camera and a 2-megapixel macro camera. The main camera is actually good. It takes good pictures with great colors and okay dynamic range. Granted, the ultra-wide and telephoto camera are missing here, but for taking regular daylight pictures, this camera does the job well. The macro camera, on the other hand, isn't really that important. Besides, when I test smartphone cameras, I don't really take macro pictures, and this one is no different. At low light, the quality of the main camera decreases a bit, but we should always keep in mind the price of this phone. The front camera is 5 megapixels, and I would say it is just okay. Skin colors aren't always as accurate, and the dynamic range isn't as good. But for people who don't really go into details, it does the job just fine. The Oukitel WP36 can record videos up to 1080p, and although they aren't as detailed as 4K videos, I think with the rear camera, especially videos are sharp enough with good stabilization and plenty of light. Overall, I will give this camera system a pass since the main lens is pretty comparable with much more expensive phones. One of the biggest strengths of this phone is its audio quality. It doesn't have regular speakers like other phones. Instead, it has this giant speaker on the back that delivers outstanding sound. This phone is basically a Bluetooth speaker. You can easily take this phone at parties and use it for music since it gets extremely loud and clear. Truthfully, I never thought this kind of sound quality can be reached with a smartphone. As good as the sound quality from the WP36 is, I think its best feature is the battery life. The Oukitel WP36 has the best battery life I have ever experienced on a smartphone by a long shot. It has a 10,600 mAh battery capacity, which is double of what the standard is in 2024. In real life, however, it lasts much more than that. With regular usage, this phone can last more than 3 or 4 days with a single charge, which is insane. I always have battery anxiety, and when I go out, I usually charge my phones even if they are at 50%. But with the WP36, I never have this issue because even at 10%, I am pretty confident it will last me through the entire night. Last weekend, I went hiking, and during the entire trip, I used the WP36 for music, for pictures, and for social media, and at the end of the day, I still had 60% of battery left. The crazy part is that I even helped a friend to charge its phone with my WP36 since it does support reverse-wired charging. When it comes to biometrics, the main way to secure this device is with the side-mounted fingerprint scanner. This scanner works every single time, and I never had any issues with it. Its position is perfect since I always lay my thumb here and it unlocks immediately. I do, however, find it a bit odd since above the fingerprint scanner is also a dedicated power button. A face scanner is also present, and it too works just as good. Of course, it only uses the front camera, so it can't be as secure as the fingerprint scanner. That's why the latter is my preferable way to secure this device. So what are my final thoughts? And do I really recommend buying the Oukitel WP36? Definitely yes. The robust build quality, the long-lasting battery life, and the fantastic audio quality alone are worth the price for this phone. When Oukitel reached out to me, they promised that these features will be amazing, and although I was convinced that they are good, I never thought that the battery life will be out of this world and that the sound quality will be better than most speakers. Genuinely, I am still wondering how they managed to keep its price this low. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to my channel, and once again, thanks to Oukitel for sending this device for review. If you are interested, you can check the link in the description and use our promo code for an extra discount. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.